We're 22 WSBT, voted Indiana's best newscast. Live, this is News 22 at 11.
A Niles family says goodbye to a loved one a second time.
After a cold blast of winter, we have some warmer temperatures on the way. I'll have your storm tracker forecast in the first 11 minutes.
And our top story, 6 months after the attacks on America. News, weather, and sports in the first 11 minutes.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Hart. Jim Pinkerton has the night off. First on 11 at 11, tomorrow will mark a half year since the single worst act of terrorism in American history. Over the past 6 months, the September 11th attacks have changed life in America. Death tolls from the World Trade Center and the Pentagon continue to rise, and thousands of American soldiers are fighting the war on terrorism in Afghanistan. Manuel Gallegos has more on the 6-month anniversary of the attacks on America. Manuel?
Well, here at a blustery and cold evening in New York at Ground Zero, crews are still working around the clock, and they're making better than expected progress in their cleanup effort. And tonight, 6 months later, we're getting a unique look at what happened inside the towers that day.
Battalion 7.
They are pictures from September 11th we've never seen before. Firefighters in Tower 1 of the World Trade Center trying to get people out. And then suddenly, the tower next door comes crashing down. Almost 6 months later, on Sunday night, another body is found in the rubble where the towers used to stand.
There's nothing we can do to bring back those we lost, but we have to make sure that we remember.
Recently, New York leaders announced 2 memorials for the 6-month anniversary. The first, a restoration of this sphere that sat in front of the World Trade Center. Monday morning, it will be placed in a park across from where the building stood. The other memorial, a dazzling display of light. At dusk, twin beams will shoot a mile up into the Manhattan sky. The tribute in light will shine for 32 nights. Washington will also hold memorials on Monday.
Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil.
President Bush will lead a service at the White House in the morning. The Pentagon will remember their victims in the evening. And besides the body that's just been recovered, last week the bodies of 2 police officers were found here in the wreckage. One of them was just 1 day from his retirement. Live in New York, Manuel Gallegos, now back to you.
Thank you, Manuel. One of Osama bin Laden's 4 wives says she thinks he's still alive. Here's the latest as America fights back. In an interview with a Saudi magazine, bin Laden's wife said her husband suffered from kidney problems before the attacks, but doubts those problems have killed him. Most of the major fighting in Operation Anaconda is now over, but War Commander Tommy Frank says some fighting in the snowy eastern Afghan mountains is continuing. And hundreds of American soldiers returned to an air base north of Kabul today after 8 days of fighting in Operation Anaconda. Today, one local soldier was able to come home for a couple of days. News 22's Erin McElroy was there when he arrived. She joins us live from the South Bend Regional Airport. Erin, quite a homecoming.
Sure was, Amanda. His name is Brandon Kucharski. He joined the Marines just out of high school, never imagining that he'd be called to fight so soon. But on September 12th, Brandon's family received a call. Their son was already on his way to Afghanistan. Today marks the first day they've seen Brandon since.
Waiting and just it seemed like it took forever for Sunny to get here.
For 6 months, Brandon's family has watched and waited.
We've seen his ship a few times on CNN and the news, and we've looked for him.
But it wasn't until last week that they found out the ship Brandon was on, the Peleliu, had come home.
I am so excited.
This afternoon, cousins, aunts, uncles, and both grandmas packed into the airport with posters, pictures, and stories for anyone willing to listen.
I got to tell you a little story.
Stories of an adventurous young boy who kept just about everyone running to keep up.
Oh, one more story.
Pictures aren't the only thing the family has been holding on to. The Christmas tree is still up at the Kucharskis, waiting for Brandon.
We have a tree up still.
You do? So you have a late Christmas. But family said the best present was seeing his plane touch ground this afternoon.
How you doing?
This is Christmas, to tell you the truth.
Good to see you.
Brandon won't be in their arms long. He is scheduled to be back on the Peleliu ship in 10 days.
We're just doing our jobs. We're not heroes.
But to his sister, Brandon Kucharski is the closest thing to a hero she's ever seen.
Brother.
It will be a short visit for Brandon and the 4,000+ Marines and sailors who were on the Peleliu. They've not been told where they will be deployed next, Amanda, just that they need to be flown back to the Peleliu by the 22nd.
Okay, thank you, Aaron, for that live report. And stay with News 22 for continuing coverage as America fights back. We'll have the latest tomorrow on First Thing in the Morning at 5. A Niles family said goodbye to a loved one for the second time today. Oliver Harpole's body was taken to a Georgia crematory when he died in December of 2000. 2 weeks ago, his family learned he was not cremated but discarded at Tri-State Crematory. His was one of 339 bodies found on this property. The crematory's owner is facing 174 counts of theft by deception. Today, a memorial was held in Niles for Oliver Harpole. News 22's Clay Chaplin takes us there.
These things will help you to remember
Oliver Harpole's family is laying him to rest for the second time. The Niles native was one of hundreds of bodies that wasn't cremated at Georgia's Tri-State Crematorium.
Well, it's heartbreaking.
Reverend Fred Smith led Harpole's first memorial service last summer. He's comforted the family through this time.
All I can do is feel for them, hug them, let them know that I'm with them.
Oliver Harpole's family and friends came here to say goodbye to him for one last time. However, it's going to be tough for them to close this chapter in their lives because there's too many unanswered questions.
It'll be a long time before I close it. Where at did they find him on that crematorium ground? Who was he with? Or what was he with?
Do you think you'll ever be able to find those answers?
I don't know.
They also want to know why. Why would someone do this? Another question that may never be answered. In Niles, Clay Chaplin, WSBT News 22.
Harpole's family says they would like to see laws changed so all crematoriums are licensed. There will be a private burial service next week. Some are still feeling the effects of yesterday's windstorm. Wind gusts over 50 miles per hour knocked down trees and knocked out power. Over 20,000 AEP customers were in the dark at some point yesterday, and some are still without power tonight. Currently, AEP is reporting 150 homes without power in South Bend. Around 600 people in Michigan are still without power. AEP says it hopes to have everyone back online within the next few hours. Fortunately, the wind has died down a bit. Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot is in the forecast center with a much calmer forecast.
Absolutely, we do have a much calmer forecast. Winds have died down to about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We did see a windy day today, not quite as bad as yesterday, but things are much calmer now. Take a look at News 22 snow tracker. Not tracking any snow. In fact, we're not tracking any rain. Just a few clouds out there, so things are definitely looking good. Now today, what a cold blast of air we saw behind that front. Temperatures outside right now, they are in the 20s. Even Sturgis coming in at 19 degrees. Thank goodness the winds have calmed down, not only because they were very strong, but because if they were much stronger than what we're seeing now, these wind chills would be much less. Wind chills are in the teens, the mid to lower teens, and in fact, those will continue to drop as temperatures tonight continue to drop as well into the teens. So if you're heading out tomorrow morning, key is bundle up. If you're sending the kids out to the bus stop, make sure they're bundled up. Tomorrow, though, the coldest day of the week, or tonight is going to be the coldest temperatures we'll see. Tomorrow, 42 degrees for a high, so we're back to some of that milder air. Partly sunny skies and increasing clouds, though we do have some rain on the way, but tomorrow is going to be a pretty nice day. And for most of the week, we're going to see some pretty nice temperatures, at least some pretty typical temperatures for this time in March. In fact, we're going to top out on Wednesday near 50 degrees.
Not too bad.
And this weather's affecting my voice a little bit.
I can hear that a little bit. Hang in there, okay?
Right.
Thanks, Gary. Well, despite the sunny skies, many people were inside today watching the NCAA selections. March Madness has officially begun, and people at Between the Buns in Mishawaka gathered around the television to see where their favorite teams would be placed. Many people we talked to said there's a big difference between who you want to win and who you think will win.
I think Notre Dame is playing real well at this time, but I don't think that they'll be able to do it. I just don't think Duke's playing real well right now, and I think they're going to go a long ways.
With two strong Notre Dame teams, the selections are pulling off a lot more fanfare in South Bend. News 22's Greg Carroll joins us live from the South Bend newsroom with more on today's selection. Greg, both Notre Dame teams are in it, but they have some interesting matchups, don't they?
That is to say the least, Amanda, but it was a clean sweep again for the Irish, with both teams getting the call. The Notre Dame men's team are the 8th seed in the always intriguing 8-9 matchup. They'll take on Charlotte in Greenville, South Carolina on Thursday. The 49ers are out of the Conference USA and are 18-11 on the year. They've been to the last 5 of 6 NCAA tourneys. If the Irish win there, then it will almost certainly be Duke waiting in the wings, as you can see. Mike Bray, though, still happy with their standing.
I'm really proud of our guys. To earn an 8 seed, I think says you were a solid tournament selection. You just didn't sneak in off the bubble. And we're excited to go to Greenville. I mean, North Carolina Charlotte is a very talented team. They're not far from Greenville, so I know they'll bring a lot of fans.
As for the defending national champs, well, they're in Knoxville, bound to take on New Mexico for a Friday game. They'll be going, the Muffeteers are loaded with freshmen, though, as they draw. There was a challenging one. Head coach Muff McGraw right here.
It's a whole new season, time to start fresh. We're very excited about being in the tournament. I know the freshmen are thrilled to be in the tournament. And for us to go down to Knoxville, I mean, that's a place where NCAA basketball has had a lot of tradition. So if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So that'll be a great test for us.
Well, if the Irish can beat New Mexico, they'll get host Tennessee in the second game. The Vols are almost impossible to beat at home, and they're ticked off that they didn't get a #1 seed. So, Amanda, it's good to see both teams in, but they definitely will have their hands full for sure. Coming up in sports, we'll take you to the teams where they were today when their number came up, plus we'll tell you where the Hoosiers are headed.
Okay, thanks, Greg, for that live report. And as he said, just ahead on News 22 at 11, we're headed to Mike Bray's house to hear what the Notre Dame players have to say about the upcoming playoffs. And want to lose some weight before the summer comes? Just eat more raspberries. But don't get out those bathing suits just yet. There's some cool spring air coming through this week. Your Storm Tracker forecast is next on News 22 at 11.
You're watching News 22 at 11 with Jim Pinkerton. Your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Carrie Peugeot. And Mike Stack with sports. We're 22 WSBT, together making a difference.
When I first came to Ball State, I didn't really know what I wanted to major in. But I knew I wanted to be at a place where I'd have lots of choices and programs that were right for me. Programs that would help me get a great job when I graduated. Taught by professors who would give me personal attention.
Ball State has over 220 undergraduate and graduate programs.
I picked the right place.
Academic excellence at Ball State University.
What a difference you made in my life.
It's a spring-abration time, and everyone is headed south in a new vehicle from Tim Martin Buick Pontiac GMC. Get a spring break on a pre-owned 2002 Pontiac Montana van with low miles, only $22,995. Vacation in style in a pre-owned 2001 Firebird convertible. Go topless for only $17,995. Choose from over 100 pre-owned vehicles at a spring-abration savings. Only at your Good Deal dealer, Tim Martin Buick Pontiac GMC in Plymouth.
Here's the almanac data for today. Only a high near 27 degrees. Pretty chilly, especially when our normal is 44. We have some more normal weather headed our direction. I'll have your forecast coming up.
News 22 is making a difference for you.
Once again, News 22 storm trackers predicted this week's winter storm well in advance and tracked the storm throughout its frigid stay in Michiana. And when the judge's decision was handed down on the Hummer H2 case, News 22 was the first station to report the ruling live on the air and on the web at WSBT.com.
Watch News 22, together making a difference.
Congratulations to Paul Priest, winner of a 64-inch HD TV.
No, I had no idea. I'm ecstatic right now. I'm really happy. It's a very nice TV. I'm very happy to win it.
Congratulations, and keep watching 22 WSBT.
Now, meteorologist Carrie Peugeot with your News 22 Storm Tracker forecast.
Well, the winds eventually died down outside, but we did see some really cold air today. If yesterday you woke up to the 60s and today much colder, you needed to keep your winter coat out. Here's a live look from our sky cam. Yesterday, this camera was bouncing all around. In fact, last night, you could barely get a picture. Today, though, things looking much calmer, and that's the trend for the next 24 hours. Here are our highs today. 27 is the only temperature reached in Benton Harbor, 28 in Peru, 27 in Goshen. Elkhart, you win the prize because you got all the way up to 37. That was going to be actually warm. This cold air is here right now, and we're seeing some of that cold air still outside at the airport. Temperature-wise, only 22 degrees in South Bend, and many of you seeing some of those cooler temperatures as well. The dew point at 14, humidity at 71%. The pressure is steady. That is good news. That means we're going to see a little more sunshine tomorrow, and the winds out of the southwest, only 7 miles an hour. Now take a look at the wind chill, though, because we've seen those cooler temperatures today. The good news is the winds have died down, so wind chills aren't too terribly bad, but it feels like 13 in Goshen, 16 in Elkhart, and 16 in Valparaiso. Either way, temperature or wind chill, it's still cold outside, so when you head out tomorrow morning, make sure you're bundling up. Although the rest of the week looks pretty nice temperature-wise, at least a little more normal than what we've seen today. Satellite and radar combo has showed that we've seen the clear skies, and that's why we're seeing these cold air temperatures over us right now. But there's some clouds off to our southwest and a pocket of warmer air that's headed our direction, and we will indeed see some warmer air, especially as we head towards midweek. For most of the day today, we saw those clear skies, and indeed tonight that's what we're going to see, so the temperatures will drop. But as I said, off to our west, those clouds are building, and we're going to see a system push into our direction. Ahead of it, a little bit of some warmer air, and then tomorrow night we'll start to see some of that rain moving in. Now, Futurecast is going to show what exactly is going to be happening. Now, tonight we're not seeing much of anything, seeing some clear skies. Look where the line of clouds is throughout the day tomorrow. For most of the day, the clouds stay a little farther to our north, but by tomorrow evening, we start to see the clouds move in. That area of rain off to our west hasn't really reached our area by 6:30, but we will see that move in. By 8 o'clock, we'll start to see some showers. May see some flurries mixed in that, but for the most part, some rain. By Tuesday, we clear out and see more sunshine. So not a big deal for tomorrow, but we will see some of that beautiful sunshine that we saw today for the first half. Here's what's happening. That front is going to be off to our west. It will move through, though, starting out with the sunshine, but as it does, we may see a few flurries in there mixed in with the rain. This is going to move through our area Monday night and into Tuesday morning, but by Tuesday afternoon, back to the sunshine. Your storm tracker forecast for tonight is a chilly one, 19 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and the wind's not too bad out there. For tomorrow, a high near 42 degrees. Normal for this time of year is right around 44, so we'll see a pretty typical March day. Partly sunny for the morning, increasing clouds throughout the afternoon, and by tomorrow night, we'll see some rain showers moving through. Dropping to 30 degrees, it may mix with a little bit of snow early in the evening, but for the most part, just a rain event. Then for Tuesday, morning rain, and then we'll see partly cloudy skies, which means we'll see a little sunshine Tuesday afternoon, and a high near 43 degrees. So today was the coldest day we're going to see for the entire week. Everything else is going to be up from here.
Great, and that sunshine will help a
yes,
lot
definitely.
Psychologically. Thanks, Carrie. Well, all the wind we saw yesterday affected thousands of people throughout the Midwest. In Indianapolis, crews are still trying to restore power to thousands of people. 62-mile-an-hour winds toppled trees onto cars and downed a number of power lines. The wind was so strong it tore off part of the roof at Eastern High School. In Detroit, more than 100,000 people are still without power tonight. The powerful winds knocked down trees and power lines. Detroit officials also report some minor flooding there. Well, they say March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb, and it can also get pretty mad. More on the March Madness selections coming up. And in just a few months, you'll be wanting to pull out that bathing suit. How one fruit may make that a little easier on you. Stay with us.
News 22 Storm Tracker Weather Net is brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group.
Champion is smashing prices right now during our factory savings sale. 40% off windows and siding. $2,000 off patio rooms. Only at Champion, only right now. A 5-piece furniture group worth $2,000 for only $599 with any patio room. Don't miss this price-smashing sale. Visit us on Commerce Drive, north of Lincoln Way West, next to the Michiana Airport. Call now for your free in-home estimate or bring in your window measurements for extra savings. Only right now at Champion. Buy direct from our factory and save.
You want it done right the first time. That's why you call Dale Service Center. Dale Service Center offers complete tire and auto service. Service you can trust. Brakes, tune-ups, air conditioning, shocks and struts, cooling systems. Dale's does it all. Foreign, domestic, trucks and fleet service. Give them a call. In most cases, it'll be ready at the end of the day. And Dale will fix it right the first time. Dale Service Center, North Bendix Drive in South Bend. Serving the area since 1946. Ask Dale about rent-a-wreck car rental, too.
little Mr. Microchip.
This remarkable moment brought to you by your family.
Give me a hug.
Isn't it about time? From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Look at that thing.
Now there's a great way to get weather information that's local and current 24 hours a day from News 22 right on your PC. Visit WSBT.com for your free download.
In your Health Matters tonight, a new warning if you're a heart patient taking drugs to lower your cholesterol. Don't stop taking them right away. A study released this week says stopping the medication abruptly rather than gradually can triple your risk of dying from a heart attack. But experts point out the research did not examine whether the same danger applies to otherwise healthy people who abruptly stop taking their medication. And another study is out on the effects of marijuana on the brain. The study says long-term use can lead to irreversible brain damage and memory loss. The findings come from international researchers who studied more than 100 pot smokers. More than 7 million Americans say they smoke marijuana at least once a week. Want to look good in that swimsuit this summer? Start eating raspberries, and lots of them. A Japanese cosmetics firm has discovered the essential oil found in the fruit burns fat. Researchers found raspberries are even more effective as fat burners than pungent peppers. But they add the berries must be eaten fresh to get the full fat-burning benefit. Well, it's March, and that means NCAA finals. Next in sports, we'll sit at Mike Bray's house with the Fighting Irish as the team watches the selection.
News 22 is making a difference for you.
Once again, News 22 storm trackers predicted this week's winter storm well in advance and tracked the storm throughout its frigid stay in Michiana. And when the judge's decision was handed down on the Hummer H2 case, News 22 was the first station to report the ruling live on the air and on the web at WSBT.com.
Watch News 22, together making a difference.
Welcome to the beautiful world of Christensen Furniture, where you'll find unique and unusual pieces that will enhance the beauty of your home. At Christensen's, you'll experience the best of Thomasville and other quality manufacturers. Get free decorating assistance and know with confidence your complete satisfaction is our only goal. Right now, choose from a variety of 90th anniversary specials, and of course get free delivery and free financing. If you've never visited Christensen's, there couldn't be a better time. Just 1.5 miles east of Grape Road on McKinley in Mishawaka.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Greg Carroll. Hope you're ready for some sports. Selection Sunday used to just be the day before another work week, but with the way the Notre Dame programs have risen to the top, it's now a day to get some NCAA working orders. Mike Stack was with the men's team when their name was called.
This time, it wasn't a matter of if, but rather who and where.
The number 8 seed is Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish at 21-10, making consecutive NCAA tournament appearances for the first time since '89-90. They'll take on the 49ers of Charlotte. Bobby Lutz's Niners, their 5th NCAA bid in 6 years. That's also a Thursday game in Greenville.
I thought we'd be in that 7 to 10 range. I'm really proud of our guys. To earn an 8 seed, I think says you were a solid tournament selection. You just didn't sneak in off the bubble. And we're excited to go to Greenville.
All smiles today. The well-traveled Irish don't mind playing Charlotte, located about a Chris Thomas three-pointer away from Greenville.
What do you know? Anything about Charlotte?
It's in North Carolina, and so basically going to be another road game for us. But we've played well on the road. We're just going to go out there and try to have fun.
We've been good on the road all year, and in those kind of environments, I think that's where we're at our best.
In spite of Friday's Big East tournament semifinal loss to eventual champion Connecticut, the Irish feel they're a team you don't want to mess with right now.
We're one of those teams that's very dangerous when you see us on paper. When we play like we're capable of playing, we're tough to beat.
our frame of mind and our health and everything is very positive. I liked how we've played the last month. We haven't been undefeated, but we've played well. And every game we've played, we've had a chance to win.
And if the Irish win, they will play #1 seed Duke on Saturday, provided Duke beats 16-seeded Winthrop. But first things first, Notre Dame against Charlotte Thursday in the NCAA tournament. Greg?
Thank you, Mike. Well, lately it's been a rite of passage for the Notre Dame women's team as the defending national champs are off to their 7th straight dance. They didn't exactly waltz into it, though, losing their last 2 games. But the plan for this young team is to make the most of their invite. The Fighting Irish women's team are headed to good old Rocky Mountain top Knoxville, Tennessee, where their season of learning experiences continues on with a game against New Mexico.
We're in the tournament. We know we're playing. Might end up playing Tennessee, so it's very excited. I'm looking forward to it. I remember watching March Madness, and I'm a part of it.
Hopefully in the next 3 years they will never have to go on the road again for the first round game. This will hopefully be something that they can really key on, build on, so that next year we're even better.
Freshman all-everything Jackie Batiste is getting over her knee injury. She should be closer to her old form. With that said, the Irish feel their best basketball could be in front of them.
We go back and contribute by rebounding and shooting a lot better than 0 for 6. And just, I have to help the team contribute to the team, and that's what I want to do. Everyone on our team plays to their potential. We can do very, very well, and I have all the faith in our team.
We've had a nice little break. We had some time off, time to refresh, start thinking about what's going to happen in the NCAA tournament. We can really go after it full tilt now.
IU will bust out their dancing shoes once again. I just hope they're different than the last 2 years' version. Hoosiers' seed would be a little higher had they not gotten the Luke record treatment yesterday. They do draw a 5 seed and will head to Sacramento to take on Rick Majerus and the Utes of Utah. By the way, Bobby Knight and Texas Tech will be at the United Center in Chicago to take on Southern Illinois. Now, speaking of Bobby, season on the brink was surprisingly okay. Despite Brian Dennehy's performance, my dog could do the general better. But anyway, well, the South Bend LaSalle family is just beaming with pride right now. Yes, the Lions bowed out of the boys basketball tournament yesterday, but what a run it was. Add to that the second place standing of LaSalle grad Ryan Newman so far on the Winston Cup Series, and it gets even better. The rising rookie Newman running in the America 500 today, starting in the 2nd position. Newman getting a bump or 2 today as Rubbing is racing. He would be his usual consistent self. Stay with the lead pack. Ryan finishes 10th today. Tony Stewart had some bad luck this year beginning in Daytona, but he makes up for it today with the victory. His first career 500-mile win. Stewart holds off Dale Earnhardt Jr. to grab the checkered flag. And Amanda, back to that season on the brink thing. They should have casted IU grad Mike Stack as Bob Knight. He does the Bob Knight better than anybody. He'd make those Royal Guard guys over there in Great Britain
Often I think Bob Knight's coming down the hallway.
Oh, have you heard
it?
him?
Mike, yeah.
It's Bobby.
It's hard not to hear Mike coming.
That too.
Okay, thanks, Greg. Carrie's up next with your 7-day forecast. Stay with us.
Are you frustrated with your cable bill? Well, give us a call at Dish Entertainment Services in Elkhart. We can give you over 115 digital channels for just $37 a month. That's right, we're going to throw in the local channels for free, so you're not going to have to worry about that. Our locals come with our system. Plus, if you call now, I'll give you your first 3 months of service for free. 2 receivers installed for free, first 3 months for free. 293-3474, that's 293-DISH.
Imagine how tough it must be to succeed in school and be part of a sports team. I'm Charlie Adams, News 22. Every Wednesday, you'll meet one of our area's outstanding student athletes on News 22 at 6.
Watch for the Burger King Outstanding Student Athlete Award every Wednesday on News 22 at 6. Then watch News 22 Saturday morning for your chance at a $50 prize package from Burger King.
To nominate a student athlete, go to WSBT.com and don't forget to watch News 22 at 6 every Wednesday.
Hi, I'm Buddy King from Oldies 94.3, inviting you to spend some time with some old friends of mine. Elvis, John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Oh, and Diana Ross, Three Dog Night, the Everly Brothers, Chuck Berry, the Beach Boys, even Sly and the Family Stone. You'll find all of us hanging out on Oldies 94.3. So turn up the volume, pull up a memory, and have some fun with the good times and great oldies on Oldies 94.3.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American. I am an American.
I am
an American.
I am an American.
I am American.
I am an American.
I'm an American. I'm an American.
I am American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
It's going to start warming up a bit, right?
Yes, compared to today, absolutely. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. Not quite as chilly as we saw today. Actually, we're going to see some typical March weather mostly this week. Normal high this time of year is 44. We're seeing the lower 40s for Monday and Tuesday, near 50 on Wednesday, but still the mid-40s Thursday and Friday now. Tomorrow we start out with the sunshine, but some cold temperatures. We're starting out in the teens, so tomorrow morning make sure you're bundling up. The rest of the week, not too terribly bad. We'll see some rain late tomorrow night and also on Thursday and Friday as well. Not too bad, though.
I'll put you on the spot. You think this is our last winter blast?
Oh, no.
Come on, Carrie.
Sorry.
Work with me here.
My voice is going to go again if that happens.
Thanks. That's News 22 at 11. Be sure to watch News 22 first thing in the morning at 5. Have a great night.
Look no farther, because X marks the spot. You've got maximum exposure. TV's dandy eye candy.
It scared me. It scared me a lot.
60 solid minutes of rock'em, sock'em sights and sounds, all caught on camera.
My memory isn't very good since the accident.
TV's wildest tricks, legs, and outrageous chicks. X marks the spot.
You kind of rethink things.
On maximum exposure.
Sunday night at 11:30 on 22 WSBT.
Inside Edition. Struck by a moment in the story.
What was that day like?
Seconds away from the truth.
What's the truth?
What is the truth?
So sudden.
Oh, God.
So real.
That's what you're never prepared for.
Unscripted storytelling.
Told her she'll probably die.
Captured in a moment.
What you're doing is against the law.
Inside Edition. Telling a powerful story.
Sunday late night on 22 WSBT.
Former Notre Dame player Pete Bursich and his wife Amy have a very special message.
About a year ago, our son Samuel was stillborn. Now there's a place where parents like us can go and remember lost children of any age.
It's the Angel of Hope Memorial Garden in South Bend's Pinhook Park. Teachers Credit Union, Martin's, the Memorial Foundation, and 22 WSBT are making this a community-wide project.
You can participate too, either by making a donation or purchasing an individually engraved brick for the memorial walk.
Please visit our website.
As it has since our nation's birth, the Army National Guard stands ready to defend America. We are sworn to protect American soil, to support the American people. We combine our strength with the courageous men and women who serve as our firefighters, emergency medical specialists, our police officers, our doctors, and our fellow soldiers. Together, we are a symbol of America's resiliency and strength. The coming days will bring awesome responsibilities, but the Army National Guard will rise to the occasion. Millions of young Americans have faced equally daunting challenges in the past and succeeded. The people are the spirit of America.